Albert Einstein was hailed as the greatest mind of the 20th century, a scientist whose very name became synonymous with genius. Yet, there's a line he once spoke that flips every assumption we make about intelligence. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. Coming from the man who revolutionized physics, this claim seemed almost scandalous. How could the father of relativity, so firmly grounded in equations, insist that creativity outweighs facts? Some of his contemporaries thought he was just being eccentric. Others argued he was undermining the importance of hard data. But what if Einstein's statement wasn't a dismissal of knowledge at all? What if it was a call to transcend the boundaries of what we already know? To truly understand this controversial viewpoint, we must see it against the backdrop of Einstein's extraordinary influence. By the time he uttered those words, he had already become a living legend. Scientists worldwide revered him. The public admired him. He stood for logic, equations, and evidence-based discovery, everything that screams rational and systematic. So how did this champion of intellect end up praising imagination so fervently? Rumor has it, some of his more traditional colleagues felt uneasy that he was glorifying something as unscientific as creative thinking. They questioned, could this genius be misleading students by downplaying the importance of knowledge? But in Einstein's eyes, knowledge only gives you what's already there. Imagination dares to explore what isn't there yet. Einstein wasn't always the academic superstar we might imagine. Stories of his early years paint a picture of a curious but restless mind, struggling with the rigidity of formal schooling. According to some accounts, he even found certain lessons dull, preferring to think through grand ideas on his own terms. He disliked rote memorization and felt stifled by teachers who dismissed creative approaches. This friction with standardized education could be why he grew to believe that the spark of imagination was the true catalyst for discovery. After all, knowledge alone had its limits, but speculation, that willingness to dream up something entirely new, was limitless. What exactly did Einstein mean when he said imagination embraces the entire world? In simple terms, knowledge is built on existing facts, while imagination envisions possibilities that lie beyond those facts. It's not about discarding knowledge, it's about seeing beyond it. When Einstein pictured himself riding on a beam of light, he wasn't parroting established physics. He was leaping into the unknown to form new theories. Those thought experiments shaped modern science. Yet they couldn't have emerged from knowledge alone. They needed that leap of creative faith that defied what others already believed possible. This approach, however, was not universally celebrated. Traditional physicists initially balked at Einstein's ideas. Some believed he was too speculative. They argued that focusing on the abstract edges of thought experiments veered dangerously close to fantasy. Others worried he was bypassing rigorous methods or overshadowing earlier scientists who worked within more conservative frameworks. Critics questioned, shouldn't new theories be built from carefully documented facts, not daydreams about traveling at the speed of light? And yet, time and time again, Einstein's imaginative leaps proved shockingly accurate, leaving some skeptics perplexed and others resentful. Beyond physics, imagination drives innovation across every field. From groundbreaking tech, startups to breathtaking works of art, It all begins with daring to envision what doesn't yet exist. Knowledge can maintain systems, but imagination disrupts them, forging new frontiers. Consider Nikola Tesla and his visionary inventions, or Leonardo da Vinci's sketches of flying machines, centuries ahead of his time. Each genius was guided by the idea that creativity could surpass known boundaries. Einstein fit right into that lineage, reinforcing the notion that if we can't imagine it, we can't make it real. Some historians whisper that Einstein's imaginative leaps also led to friction in his personal life. He was so consumed by exploring possibilities that he sometimes overlooked the people around him. There are tales of family and friends feeling sidelined while Einstein stayed lost in his own world of thought experiments. Even colleagues who admired his brilliance sometimes felt overshadowed or dismissed if they weren't prepared to think as radically as he did. True or not, these stories echo one message. Those who embrace imagination to such a profound degree can find themselves misunderstood by a society that wants concrete answers. At this point, you might wonder, how does any of this apply to the rest of us? We're not all going to redefine physics, but Einstein's message suggests something universally empowering. Yes, knowledge is crucial. Without it, we can't interpret our world. But if you stop at knowledge, you remain confined to what humanity has already discovered. Imagination, on the other hand, breaks those walls. It challenges what's impossible and broadens our sense of reality. Whether you're aiming to solve a complex personal problem or dreaming of a startup that shifts an industry, it starts with picturing something beyond the status quo. Albert Einstein may have been hailed as the figurehead of scientific rationality, yet he dared to champion the ethereal power of imagination. He recognized that knowledge alone could never unlock the full spectrum of human potential. Instead, it's the capacity to envision something utterly new that brings true transformation. So the next time you find yourself clinging to what's already known, remember Einstein's reminder: knowledge can guide you, but imagination can change your world. Perhaps it's worth asking yourself, if knowledge has a boundary, how far could your imagination take you?